Listen, I'm absolutely not mad at a single soul who says motorcycle clubs are not for me. Because motorcycle clubs are not for everybody. Hey, sometimes I gotta ask myself if motorcycle clubs are for me. I've been doing it for 35 years. The thing about it is, the reason we do this channel is we do this channel to show people who motorcycle clubs are for how to do this thing better, how to make it better suit your life, how to handle the ups and downs that we know are coming because we've been through them, and to prepare you for what it is that you're going to see, and to let you know that you can survive it no matter how bad it gets in the motorcycle club world. We all pick our associations and affiliations. Hey, look, the Boy Scouts aren't for everybody. Neither are fraternities or sororities, or hell, bronco riding is not for everybody, but there's a group of bronco riders, a group of bull riders, there's church people. Churches aren't for everyone. But in every organization that is for you, if it's made up of human beings, there will be fallacies, there will be faults, there will be politics, there will be folks who try to push the rules of the club, the organization, as far as they can push them to get away with something more than they should be allowed to get away with, to get more perks than they should have. Once people get into these offices, whatever organization it is, whether it's a minister or a deacon, they will try to create their own fiefdoms, their own kingdoms, and many of them will try to be more than they could ever be just as a regular person. A lot of these people, I guess, they weren't very successful in high school or whatever the case may be. But I think life is a big high school. We just keep going around in circles in it. I used to work for a nursing home called Seacrest Village. It's a beautiful, beautiful nursing home out in Encinitas, California. It's where rich Jewish people go to die, basically. It's the end of the line for many of them. And they have enough money. A lot of them will turn over their houses or whatever. They have enough money to be in this place, this facility. It has wait staff. They cook authentic Jewish food in the kosher way. And they have a community. I used to run the computer systems there. And I don't know if it's still there or not, but this is 1995, 30 years ago. So nobody that I knew that was there is probably alive now. Jeez, because they were 80 then. So they'd be 100 and something now, right? 110. I probably, nobody that I knew is probably still alive. And man, even in that community, I would see people who would elevate themselves, or try to get elevated, or whatever the case may be. I guess it goes all the way to the grave. It never stops. Politics and who doesn't like who, and who can't sit at what table, who's not good enough to speak to whom, whatever the words are. I've seen it a lot, and I see it in motorcycle clubs. And so that's, you know, my so-called area of expertise, and that's what I talk about. So a lot of you guys come on, what the hell could you ever possibly care about a motorcycle club for? Many people don't. I'm not mad at you for not. I find even people that say that they're not in motorcycle clubs, I find that they'll ride with groups. They'll be riding with groups so tight that you would think that they're in a motorcycle club. They're riding with these groups. Day in and day out. People that they can depend on. I tell you, the cool things about motorcycle clubs, some of the things I like, you know, it's more difficult when you're alone. That's why people gather together. I used to have this saying. I even had a t-shirt. There's safety in numbers, so join the herd. Hey, why don't you become a member of the Black Sabbath Nation? There's safety in numbers. You might as well join the herd. Because when I have a wreck in Little Rock, Arkansas, and my trailer is in 9 hours away in Atlanta, Georgia, I just call back to the clubhouse and 2 fucking prospects are going to get in my truck, get my trailer, and roll their ass out to Little Rock, Arkansas. It ain't no question. That's going to happen, and it's going to happen right now. That's the expectation. That's what I did as a prospect. That's what we expect of our prospects. The prospect is coming, bro. If my nephew has a problem at school, I need 10 brothers to ride so we can go scare the shit out of the little rats. My brothers are showing up. We're going to roll up to the school and get my nephew. And everybody's going to be like, wow, he's got a gang of bikers. Better not pick on him anymore. Something happens at my house, I'm going to call my brothers. They're coming. If there's a bully in my neighborhood, I remember our attorney. We had an attorney. We have an attorney who done so much work for us, and so we made him an honorary brother, and he was having some trouble in his neighborhood. And some bikers across the street. Some bikers across the street from his house. And he was terrified of those bikers. He called the club. Hey, Black Dragon. Yeah, well, this guy's done so much work for our club, all this kind of stuff. Man, could you just have the guys show up so they know I know some bikers too? Absolutely, bro. You got that honorary vest on your back. You goddamn right we're coming. That's some of the cool stuff. That's some of the cool stuff. If I want to ride across the country, sometimes it's really cool to ride alone. You know, these guys get to whining and shit. And you'd be like, oh, why didn't I just go alone? But if you don't want to go alone, you got a whole freaking club. You're rolling down the road in unison, 2 by 2, throwing them hand signals. Old school one of us. You new guys have intercom systems. You're talking to each other. I'm like, that's so lame. I want to listen to my music. I don't want to talk to you. But we're moving together as one. Switching lanes together, kids waving, 18-wheelers hitting their little air horns, rolling down the road proud. Safety in numbers. Join the herd. Looking good, feeling good. And you can't beat that for people that find that important. I'm not a Sigma male. I don't particularly enjoy being alone. I loved the camaraderie of the Navy, of the submarine service, being a part of the PRP program, dealing with nuclear weapons, being part of the elite. And I wanted something elite when I got out of the Navy, where I could have a top secret security clearance because nobody can know what we do and all kinds of stuff like that. It was kind of the same. It operated on principles of manhood and qualifications. In the Navy, you have to qualify to do everything. If you want to sit on the sonar stacks and listen for enemy contacts, you got to qualify. You got to show that you know everything that there is to know about that job. You can qualify to do almost any job. And once you qualify and you become a watchstander, man, you are so respected to qualify. And the motorcycle club is just kind of like that. You got to qualify to get your respect. You got to earn your respect. You got to get you have to get your dolphins. You have to get those patches. You have to earn them. That's what I liked about motorcycle clubs. You had to earn everything. It's getting to where it's not that way so much anymore. And that's the sad part. And so I make these videos to try to preserve it for as long as humanly possible. Capiche?